Today we're on site at Edward Hospital's Orthopedic Center to talk with Lynn Cochran, Associate Vice President of Operations, and to learn more about the impact of this new center.
Lynn, let's get started and tell me a little bit about the new Orthopedic Center here at Edward. It's exciting.
It is very exciting, so thank you for having me today. The Orthopedic Center here at Edward is a new 36-bed unit, just opened in July. And so there's a 24-bed orthopedic unit at one end, at the south end, and then there is a 12-bed spine unit at the north end. The types of patients that end up on this unit are people that have orthopedic surgery, so a total knee, total hip, total shoulder replacement, as well as other orthopedic injuries that might end up on this unit as well. And on the spine unit, in that 12 to 14 bed area, it's patients that have had surgery on any part of their spine, like the neck or lower back are probably the most common.
And why was this necessary? Why build this magnificent building? We're happy you did, but...
We had a 28-bed unit previously,
Okay.
and we had some capacity issues. On busy surgical days, we oftentimes had to have patients wait a little bit longer than we would have liked in the recovery room area as they were waiting for a room for somebody to be discharged, get the room cleaned and make it available for them. So that was not desirable for any of us, and as the volumes have grown, we knew that we needed additional space. The other thing is it's really nice to have been able to create a space that was really focused on this patient population, and we could build into the environment some key features that I think are really nice from a programmatic perspective.
Tell me some of those key features.
For one thing, we built a beautiful new rehab gym that is centered right in the middle of the unit, and that has the equipment that we need to help people rehab and recover nicely from their surgical procedure. The other thing that's really cool is that we built onto the unit a little cafe. So on post-op day 2, patients and their families can go down to the cafe and have a group lunch together, and so that's a really nice feature. We have widened hallways so that people with the equipment that they have can be up walking in the hallway. So those things are very nice, a nice addition to what we had previously.
So, Lynn, let's talk a little bit about the rehab. It's so important these days, and so many people are getting a lot of orthopedic surgery done, knees and hips. Why put the gym with the Orthopedic Surgical Center?
Well, you know, for most of these people, they're basically healthy. And because of the pain that they had and limited mobility, they had to give up on a lot of activities that they really enjoyed. So the key following surgery is to get people up and moving, get them walking in the hallway, and go to the rehab gym and engage in exercises that will help return them to the things that they love to do. So we wanted the gym to be centrally located on the unit, so easy access for everybody. We actually are doing something different with this new program in that we're bringing people to the gym for a group rehab session twice a day. So that's really nice. They get to see how others having had the same surgery are progressing, and a little healthy competition never hurt anyone, and it helps them to really engage in a new way. We also have their family member, their coach, attend the classes with them so that they can learn the exercises so that they can help them once they go home.
Well, now we're going to go take a look at the new rehab gym.
Usually what we do with all our patients, especially the joint replacements, is we take them through a circuit. So we start out with the seated exercises, standing exercises, and then we take them through all these functional exercises. So first I'm going to start with the seated exercises. We call this a short arc quad. So let's pretend you had your knee replaced on this side.
Okay. My left knee.
Your left knee. So you're actually going to extend here and hold and then back down. All right, and so to make this a little easier for you too, we always put this under your legs. We do have people fully dressed for their group therapy. That way they're ready to go. So I'm gonna have you slide your leg out and back in. And then the first one I'm gonna have you do is a heel raise. So we're gonna have you raise both your heels up, take some weight through the walker, and this really helps with the back of their leg, strengthening.
Right. So I would put this,
Push that up,
push
yep.
that up to pull
Just like
right.
that.
Right, which is a lot more difficult.
It's hard. You have to get a lot of leverage through your arms, so that's why we want to practice here, so they're not in a situation where they don't feel like they can get into their home. Yep, just like that. And you push up, and then bring the cane right up to this stair. So always up with the right leg. And then you keep that cane right below.
Okay, so you're
Yep,
pushing
you're just
off
always
the
pushing up with that stronger leg right now. And we want to encourage that independence, but a lot of these patients, they have two-story homes, they have stoops, they have, lower beds. We have to make sure we practice all this so that way they're confident going home and they're as independent as they can be.
That's awesome. Well, Liz, I'm sure that I would be in absolutely wonderful hands with you. So thanks for taking a little time
Absolutely.
to show me what you do. It's very important. So thank you.
You're very welcome.
The goal is to get the patient out of this unit in a couple of days.
Right, depending on the surgery they had, the average length of stay can be anywhere from a day and a half to 2 days. Sometimes it's a little bit longer depending on the condition they were in when they came in to have the surgery to begin with.
And then they can continue their care with Edward through an outpatient.
Yes, we do have a number of outpatient programs as well. So we have a rehab facility here on campus. We have a couple in Plainfield, one in Lisle. So there's a number of different options depending on what community people live in.
That's wonderful. And there's been such a trend for mobility in the rehab afterwards. And it's nice to see Edward just picking up and being leader in that.
Yes, I mean, even today, we're actually trying to get people up and out of bed on the day of surgery. So, and then first thing the next morning, people are up and moving.
It may seem challenging, but it helps so much. I noticed when we were walking around, you have little mile markers.
We do.
Tell me about those little symbols. Or actually, I think of them as mile markers. They're a little less here.
Yes, they mark off every 25 feet on the unit. And we actually have some really pretty activity boards on the unit. We, a local artisan who took pictures of the river walk. Our theme is kind of walk in the park. So she allowed us to use a couple of her pictures, and we give people little gym shoes where they can track the amount of time that they're up ambulating, anywhere from 25 feet to 3,000 feet before they go home.
That's great. And having a goal up from one marker to another is important.
And they can track their progress and then mark it on the board and see how well they're doing in comparison to others as well.
Now, you also have received some certification recently. Tell me about that.
We have disease-specific certification for spine fusion, total knee, and total hip. This is something that's awarded from Joint Commission, one of our regulating bodies. And so we applied for that back in 2011 and were awarded that recognition. They look at multidisciplinary programs where everybody is working together for common goals. It's very focused on quality improvement and best practices.
Wow, I would expect nothing less from Edward. So, Lynn, thanks for being with me and sharing a little bit about this beautiful new facility.
Thank you so much for having me, Liz.